Welcome back, everybody. All right, so now what we're going to do in this particular lab is that we're going to troubleshoot OSPF. Now, this is going to be a multi-area OSPF issue. Okay, so how we're going to address this is like if you were taking a test, right? If you're taking the CCNA or CCNP, lab. This is how you would address it. This is not the steps, I don't know, required steps. There's no such thing, but recommendations on my behalf. The things you can type to see what's going on. Okay, so what's happening, and let me show you. I'll keep my face in here. Let me show you what's going on. So you have this particular lab, right? So what's going on is you are not getting any updates from this router over here. Okay, that's what the question tells you, right? So I mean, you look at it, you'll see. I mean, I created the lab, so but anyway, so you're not getting any updates from this router, and this router is not getting any updates from this router. So there's no communication all the way across. What is going on, right? So you have this issue. It could be a real world issue. Hey, this is a branch office. This is area 0. So it'll be a headquarters office. Hey, listen, we're not getting anything from the Area 20 branch office. We're not getting anything from there, the last office on the line. We're not getting anything. Can you please tell us what's going on? And things that you can look at, all right, quickly to figure out what's going on. All right, so that's the goal here. All right, so let's go in there, full screen that. Boom. All right, so what we're looking at here, let me do a Control-C here. There's a million commands you can do, all right? But the first command that I like to do in, let's say, router 1, obviously, I show IP route. Let me see, what am I learning? So I can see here in a multi-area OSPF, I am learning about the 2222, which is this, okay, from the 10116. All right. So if I'm learning from 2222, it's not directly connected to my area. That means that this 222 is part of this area because I'm learning it from OSPF. And then I'm learning about the 10118, which is this right here. All right. But you see, I'm not learning about 33333 or 10112 or 4444. Okay, so I'm not learning about those. But if you wanted to, you don't have to at this point. You can tell how far away you are learning. You can ping right here. You can ping, let's say, if you know your subnetting, which you better, 10119. You can ping that. Can you ping all the other side of it? You can ping 10110. Okay, which is fine. It's right here. Can you ping 10113? You should not. You should not be able to ping. There it is right there, Control-Shift-6. Okay, you're not going to be able, and you're not going to be able to ping 3333. So you can only get up to here, right, from this router. And if you go to router 4, okay, I've been playing around. Try your route. Okay, you're going to see that I'm only learning about 33333. I mean, this individual is not even learning about the 10118 or anything like that. So can I even get to it? I mean, let's see. So this is kind of a troubleshooting. Remember, usually you have like 10 minutes per question. I don't know if that still holds true. 10.1.1.10. All right. You can ping 10.1.1.10, which is this interface right there. Not good. Not good. All right. So you can only ping up to this point. Can you ping that loopback? You're learning about it. Right, here it is right here, 10333. That's your loopback. You should be able to ping it. Ping 3.3.3.3. Oops. You can. You just can't get beyond that point. So if you're, and again, you go back and look at it, you are learning about OSPF, but it's not an inter area. It's not an inter area. These are the kind of things you need to pay attention to. All right. We're here when we looked at this. Do the short route again. Right, we're here, you see you were learning inter-area routes. Here in router 4, you learned about that loopback OSPF, which means just O. It's not an inter-area route or anything like that. It's just a regular router link. Right? If I were to do a show IP OSPF database, which you do not need to do to troubleshoot, but I just want to show you. All right, you can see that 33333 and 44444. Okay, these are LSA ones. Here it is right here. It's a router link state, which is an LSA 1. Okay, this is a network link state, which is an LSA 2. OSPF is huge, people. Let me get my face back in here. I'll leave the topology so you can see it online. I always pick the wrong button. Of course, I picked the wrong button. See? All right. You need to know your LSAs. Can I make myself a little bit bigger? There we go. So you need to know your LSA types, at least LSA 1, which is your router links, LSA 2, which is your network links, which means the DR, BDR type networks, LSA 3, which is those inter-area routes being sent by the ABR. LSA 4, that's more with the ASBRs, right? So, but at least those first three, you need to have down pat. You need to be able to look at the link state database and say, hey, this is what this is, okay? Anyway, I'm just going to show you that, now that you need this to troubleshoot this particular issue. So let's go back into it, full screen. Okay, so in router 4, I'm not getting anything from, beyond this loopback. So we're not getting anything. But here, we are getting everything up to this point. Now, right off the bat, you should know the rule that you must connect to area 0. Every router must connect to area 0, whether it's directly connected to a router that's connected to area 0, or you need to be indirectly connected, like this router needs to be indirectly connected to area 0. And how do you do that? You do that through virtual links. So what's got to happen? I call it building a rope bridge. So you need to make sure you create a link going from here to here, okay, and back, and then from here to here and back. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. Let's start with router 4, right? So so you can see what we're seeing right now. Show IP route. This is all we see. We're not getting anywhere. All right, so let's go ahead and do this. Config T, you got to go back into the same process that you created, and you're going to say area. I want to cross area 20 in this case, right? Area 20, virtual link, and then this router's ID. Now, this router's ID should be 10.1.1.13, or really the loopback. It's going to be the router ID. It's going to be the loopback 3333333. There it is right there. OSPF router ID 3333333. So that's where you tie that off. That's how I call it. All right, but you got to do it backwards. So the loopbacks will take over, and they will be your router ID. So I'm going to go to router 3. All right, I'm going to do the same thing I just did. I'm going to do conf T. Right, I'm going to go to router until OSPF 1 area, crossover area 20, right? I want to cross over this area to my neighbor's virtual link, which is 44444. 44444. UWR. Oops. If we get anything, let's give it just a little bit. Sometimes it takes a little bit for it to do something. Okay. It's not there. No. It tricked me. Okay. Well, let's keep going because it doesn't stop there. Now, well, not really. Let's take a look. Show IP, OSPF. Sorry. Show IP route. Right, you're still only learning that. It hasn't done anything. All right, cool. So because this router is connected to a router that's connected to area 0. So I think that should be it. But in case it does not, we need to go here to this router and create that virtual link back. Okay, so let's go to router 2. We created this already here. Let's go to router 2. Okay. We'll do config T. All right, so we're going to do router OSPF 1. Now I'm connected to a router that's not connected to area 0. Yeah, I'm good. All right, so you got to talk to yourself. I'm going to cross over area 10. Okay, cross over area 10. And to the virtual link 3.3.3.3. Right, I'm in router 2 doing that. And then I'm going to go to router 3. I'm going to do it backwards. All right, I'm inside there already. I said, okay, I want to cross over area 10. the virtual link 2.2.2.2 to WR. Now, when you're taking your test, obviously, things should happen right away. You can say, well, okay. You see it said that OSPF loading is done. All right, so that's a good thing. So let's go back to router 1. That's what we saw before, right? 2.2.2.2, we're able to get to here. Let's see if we see something different now. So now you get to see all the way back to 12, and then you get to see the 4. So let's see if we can ping the 4. Ping 4444, and we can. And then router 4, loading done. That's a good thing. Show IP route. And now we can see all the way back over here to 1111. There it is right there. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. Let's ping 101.101, and boom, I get across. So what you had to do to fix this issue, all right, is basically look at your routing table, see up to where you are going at the beginning. This router, since it's area 0, and this router is connected to area 0, so whatever is connected to this router will automatically create those inter-area routes. This would be an ABR, okay? So that's why you were able to get over here. But since this router over here, router 4, is not connected to a router that has area 0, he needed those virtual links. So he only saw the loopback because it was part of its own area, right? So it was a router link state, LSA type 1, right? So we created a virtual link. You find that in the router OSPF process. You go to area, which is the first command. I'll show you that right now again. Router OSPF 1, right? And then I'm just going to hit there. You can see I just typed in A with a question mark. So there's your area command, all right? And then after the area command, you're going to tell it, hey, I want to traverse across this area, and then I want to create a virtual link, and then you put your neighbor's router ID, where in the case of router 4 neighbor, it's 223. All the loopbacks, I'm going to put my face in here. Let me see if I do it right this time. All the loopbacks are going to take over, and they will be your router ID. Okay, if you're running DRs and BDRs, and you configured loopbacks from the get-go, and obviously your interface, your actual IP address on your interface, and you made them a part of OSPF when you were configuring it, OSPF will choose loopbacks over IP addresses on the physical interface. So in this case, your router IDs is the highest loopback address on that particular router. So that's why router 3's loopback, routers 4, routers 2, router 1, the loopback addresses is the highest IP address because it wants the highest loopback address anyway. So the virtual links is what's going to get you all the way across. Because remember, this router right here, router 4. Can you see that? Let me make myself smaller this time. So router 4, right underneath the little bed there. Router 4, okay, it's connected to a router that's not connected directly to area 0. So that's why he couldn't learn beyond this loopback that's connected to his area. And then router 1, obviously router 3 would know, router 1 knew all the way up to here, so it means router 3 would know all the way up to here, because router 3 is connected to a router that's connected to area 0. Therefore, there's something special you need to do that you talk to each other. As long as you keep in mind that you need to be in these router links, rules of OSPF need to be in the same subnet, same area, okay? Silly things like that, all right? I mean, come on. But yeah, so they're connected directly, they're going to learn. When you're further away is when you need to start doing virtual links. So this is a pretty good certification question. I mean, I would use it for an exam, all right, for you to go ahead and troubleshoot that issue. So I showed you first just to look at your routing table, but you can also, let's say like in router 2 or 3, okay, router 2 or 3, if you do this is a very good command right here, show IP protocols. I like this command a lot. And let me maximize this for you so you can see it better. So now look what all this shows you. Let me full screen that so you can see it much, much better. Okay, so look at that. It shows you your process, okay, that you're running. It shows you your router ID, All right. It shows you the networks that you're advertising on top of the wildcard mask that you're using, and then obviously the area that that particular network belongs to. So you can double check yourself. Does it show you, okay, the links that it has that you're learning about? Okay, and the administrative distance, that's all nice and dandy. But I'm more concerned about this right here. I'm concerned about this right here. And I'm concerned about this right here. Okay, especially this when I want to figure out what's what. Okay, who's in what area and what have you. So there's a lot to OSPF. This is just basically troubleshooting the fact that this router was not updating router 1, and router 1 was not updating router 4. They didn't know how to talk to each other. So we made them talk to each other by creating virtual links from here to here and then back, and from here to here and then back. That's what you do. Okay, you create these virtual links. And I don't think it's in your CCNA certifications, or even to that fact, CCNP certifications, they're going to get that crazy where they're going to give you this whole, slew of different things that you got to troubleshoot. It's not the CCIE hands-on or anything like that. This is, full routers. Oh, okay. No big deal. All right. But again, it may not be a simulation. It may not be a simulation. It may be a multiple choice question. It could, and I don't think it'll be a drag and drop, but it'll be a multiple choice question. So know how to create virtual links. Know the concepts that if you're not connected directly to Area 0, you need a virtual link to get across. And know the syntax. All right, because people are like, I don't need to know the syntax. I got ChatGPT. No, you need to know. As one of my friends told me, now that you got the syntax, what are you going to do with it? How do you know where to go? So know how to do this stuff, okay? Because again, this is foundational. Not really foundational, but at least when you're getting to a certain level in network engineering, you need to be able to do this. Okay? You need to do this. So this is, I guess you can call it OSPF area troubleshooting using virtual links. If you want to give it a deeper name or in the description, what have you. All right, but very easy to do. I urge you to mimic the lab just like it is, or make up your own network IDs and loopbacks. I mean, it doesn't really matter. As long as you have 4 routers and they're in different areas. So you get area 0 must be the first one, and then whatever other areas you want to put in there. Okay? And make it happen. That's how you learn. See you in the next one.